Agent 99 here, and welcome to TableTalk Friday, a D&D podcast. If you like this show, make sure you follow these boys on whichever podcast service you prefer, and check out their bonus content on patreon.com/TableTalkFriday. And now, enjoy the mystery. All right, Drew. So, we're missing our boy again.
I don't like it. It's confusing when Zach's not here. It's like, what do we do?
I know. It's like unhinged when Zach's not here because I'm like, well, no one's here to like guide us through the info.
He's the morality, and he's the guy that like pulls up his phone and it tells us the abilities that we're talking about when we do a class deep dive.
And now I'm going to sit here without I got all my books sitting way over there. I'm not going to get up and get them either. So when I'm thinking, I just kicked your mic stand. Jeez, chaotic am I talking about that,
Zach
right?
was here, that wouldn't happen.
No, it wouldn't have happened. So it sucks because, lately everybody's been getting sick. I was sick for 5 days, something like that. Mm-hmm. I don't think you've been sick yet, right?
Not yet. I'm maintaining my health. I'm going to try to do it through Christmas. That's the vibe I'm going for.
Okay.
We'll see how it goes.
Okay. And now Zach has been sick now for 3 days. So it's just a yuck season.
Yeah, it's pretty yuck today too. For anybody on the eastern side of the states right now, we got a hurricane coming on through.
Is
Rain
that
everywhere.
what this is?
Yeah, it's Hurricane Fiona.
I only know about gaming news.
I think it's Nicole. We're gonna go Hurricane Nicole.
I'm pretty sure it's Nicole.
Nicole Eric, of course.
Yeah,
Nicole Eric. But yeah, it's been real gloomy and ick outside.
Yeah. So, dude, I got something to tell you about that. Yesterday, I was driving home from Inner Peaks, the climbing gym that I climb at. Advertising for you guys, not sponsored. But I was coming back from Inner Peaks, and you get off of exit 38 that's in the Charlotte area. And so I'm driving, and it's raining. It's not like super tough rain, but like there's this section, I guess, where they've redone the interstate between exit 38 and where I live, where there are, those little mirrors on the ground that when your headlights are on, you can see, so that way you can tell what lane you're in.
Yeah.
There's like a 5 or 6 mile section of the road where those just aren't there. So when it's pitch black outside and raining, the only thing I can use to see what lane I'm in is the little white lines that you can see at the bottom left of your car, like when you look out of the windshield. So I'm just like leaning forward over the dash, looking down to my left so I can drive at 45 miles an hour to get home. And then finally I got to the section where there are those little reflectors, and I was like, there we go. And then I could see fine again. I could go, 65 or 70.
That is the worst feeling when you're driving down the road and all of a sudden, am I in a lane? Is there a lane?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
That happens right around the area where you live. When I'm leaving my work, Ninja Nation, sometimes where I'll pull out, and if I go onto that one road next to it, you can't tell when you're taking a left turn out of there when it's raining whether you're in the lane or not. So you just have to go off the headlights of the other cars. It's like, I got to go around that guy.
That's the moment of truth when you're trying to make a left in the dark and everyone else in the intersection is watching you. They're watching you and judging you as you're trying to make this left turn, and you don't know how fast you're supposed to go or where you should be positioned. So like, okay, I'm just creeping slowly.
And people can take a right turn right there as well, so you have to make sure no one's turning right. I had the most terrifying moment ever yesterday on the way to rock climb, though. So I'm getting off the interstate before, the dreaded no mirror zone. Yesterday, I'm getting off the interstate, and I'm about to go onto the street where the rock climbing gym is at, and I start hearing sirens, but I don't see any lights. I don't know where these sirens are coming from, and it's my turn to go. And so I'm like, oh, yeah, it's my turn to go. The light is green. It must be far enough away that I can't see it. And then I go to take the left turn. I turn left, and as I'm in the middle of the road, I see two, as all of a sudden police motorcycles start flashing blue on either side of me, and I think I did something. Like, I'm literally turning left, and I'm thinking, I'm about to get arrested, and I didn't do anything. I was like, I haven't even done anything. All I'm doing is turning left. I was like, why are they getting mad at me for turning left on green? And so I go to turn, two motorcycles are on either side of me, and then I like slow down because I'm thinking, oh no, this is a bad thing. Okay, what do I do? So I pull up, and I'm about to like go, and then I see as all of a sudden they chase down this black SUV and get in front of it. And slow themselves down and then pull him off to the side of the road. And I was just like, what just happened? Like, I have no clue why they pulled the guy over. I didn't see anything happen. All I know is 1 second I was driving normally, and then the next second I was surrounded by motorcycles.
This is why we don't make left turns, boys. This
I
is
know.
ridiculous. But since this happened to you can officially say, as of this moment, Seth, you have been involved in a high-speed chase.
It was, it was at least 25 miles an hour as I slowed my car down.
Is there a limit of high speed? I would say 25.
That's pretty fast.
It could be. And they were on motorcycles.
Faster than I can run.
I mean, were they wearing sunglasses?
Oh, well, no, they had those like visors, like the motorcycle like police visors.
That's like it's like a ring of protection. Adds 5 movement speed to you.
Oh,
So
I
that's an
think it just
extra
gives you quarter cover.
Oh, does it? Does it quarter cover?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to hear you're okay. I'm glad you made your left turn safely, and you're not arrested.
Yeah,
so that's good.
The only thing I can think is I had gotten my car washed earlier that day, and the mirror on my right side, I didn't notice it, but I guess something inside the car wash had like turned it, so it was facing outward, like my right mirror, and so I couldn't see. Every time I had to get in another lane because I couldn't just stop my car in the middle of the interstate, I had to look over my shoulder because my mirror was turned too far out. And I was like, the police saw that and they see my mirror's messed up. That's why they're pulling me over.
Do you think they would stop you for that if your mirror was just a little goofed?
No.
I like to think they would just pull over and just like fix it really quick and like give you a little wave.
Yeah, well, as soon as I parked in my car, I like walked over and just pushed it and it like popped back into place. And I was like, oh, well, great. Glad I noticed that.
You blew my mind for a second. Speaking of mirrors, I was hanging out with my family a few weeks ago, and they left out their driveway, and where they live, there's a lot of like little critters running around, lots of squirrels and frogs and snails and things like that. And so they pull out, right? And as they start driving out of the driveway, they say they spotted a frog on their mirror, on their side mirror, sitting propped up on the top of the mirror. To which case, I'm blown away. First of all, how did the frog get up there, right? But 2, I go, so what happened to him? Like, we don't know. I said, what do you mean? What did you do?
You didn't watch the frog with every second of your fiber of your being?
That's what I'm saying. These psychopaths. My family drove down the road wherever they were going, got there, and the frog was no longer on the mirror.
What happened to the frog?
I don't know. At some point, this frog took a leap of faith. I don't know where he is to this day. I like to think he's safe and sound. But, guys, check your mirrors before you leave.
I think I ran over a frog yesterday.
How would you know? They're so small.
Yeah, whenever I was coming down the street that you just came down to come record this podcast with me, my headlight, I saw a little tiny creature jump up in the air and land in the middle of the road. And I was probably within 10, 15 feet of it. Like, no way I was getting out of the way. And then I don't know if I ran over it or if it just stood under my car. But yeah, I saw that happen and I was like, oh man, I think I just killed a frog.
Oh, but so now that happened, that's bad. But you can rebalance it. You have to save an animal, and it balances all.
Okay,
out.
I can do that.
I've done it with the
maybe I
turtle
just
once.
won't kill a creature in our D&D session. You know, like I'll let it live.
Is that equivalent to a real life creature? You think? Probably.
Yeah. No, it probably means more. I mean, honestly,
you should go out and kill more animals.
Equal it out.
Did I tell you I was okay? So we were in. Me and my girlfriend Eric were in Virginia. We were driving down the this very cool hikey area, and as we're driving down, I might have said this in the podcast, but a turkey ran out from a turkey, and I'm not talking butterball, boys. Okay, little butterball ran out of the clearing in the trees. I thought I was gonna hit him, so the first one runs by. I'm hitting my brakes as hard as I can. The next one, as he's in front of me, jumps. I have never seen a turkey jump. I know turkeys can't fly. They give it their best shot. They can do this little glidey thing, right? This thing, literally, we heard some sort of noise, like the whooshing of it. My sunroof was open. We thought for a solid minute this thing was coming down on top of us through my sunroof. If a turkey lands in my console, I don't know what to do. They don't teach that in driver's ed, boys. Okay? So I made it. I'm alive, right?
Turkey in the console.
Turkey in the console. We could turn it into a song. That'd be
no,
good.
we could turn that into like a short story, I think.
Turkey in the
poem.
console. A poem?
Yeah.
It's like, what is it? Oh, what's Edgar Allan's Poe, The Raven? Is it just The Raven?
Yeah, The Raven.
I feel like it would be the equivalent of The Raven, like a modern day Edgar Allan Poe.
No, I agree. I could see Poe right in that one.
You think so?
You know, a little EAP action.
You know, the only other thing I have to relate, because we're on this animal theme now, I feel like I can keep ranting. I did save a life today.
Okay.
I was walking back towards my home after I got off from work, kind of, sort of. And as I was walking, I go, whoa! And I averted my step, quickly saving the life of a small snail.
Aww.
Right? No big deal. Don't call me hero. I did check because he was in the middle of the sidewalk. I did pick him up and move him to the other side of the sidewalk.
Does that equal out my sin of killing a frog?
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you today. So you're still allowed today in the session to kill fictional characters because we're all good, right? So I think we're at a fictional balance here. I think we're all good within D&D.
Okay, I gotta tell you my last dead animal story. It's so freaking funny.
Sponsored by PETA.
So my friend Jens Eric, from my work, one time at the gym, he found a little mouse. Like there was a little mouse in the gym. I mean, this is a big, like warehouse-sized gym, so like it's not weird that an animal would somehow get in. So there was a little mouse in there. It's the only actual creature that's not an insect that we found in there before. I'm
waiting for you to say this mouse started doing the course in Ninja Nation, in which case I'd be very thoroughly impressed.
So Jens Eric and arena host Eric, those two people catch the mouse in I think it was a bucket or something like that. So they catch the mouse, and which is good. And Jens Eric is like, you know what? I'm gonna go throw the mouse outside, safely. So
just throws the mouse.
Jens Eric opens the back door and using the bucket, not even thinking about it, just kind of chucks the mouse out onto the ground. The mouse flies like 10 feet, hits the ground, and dies.
No!
And arena host Eric looks over at Jens Eric and is like, "Why'd you do that, bro?"
He died?
He killed it. He didn't mean to. He was horrified, and he texted me and was like, "I just killed a mouse and I didn't mean to." He was like, "I thought it was like an insect where you throw it outside." And it just died.
That's insane. He did all the work of catching it and just threw it.
Yes, because he just thought of it like for like that brief moment of like thought lapse. He was like, "Let me throw the mouse like to get it outside," thinking it's like an insect or something that just keeps walking because it has an exoskeleton. Mice don't have exoskeletons.
Oh my gosh, that's awful.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, I mean, congrats on catching it, I guess. That's kind of a feat on its own.
Yeah, right? So that every time I think about that, I think about like the look on his face whenever he was just like, "Oh man, like what? Oh shit, what did I just do?"
Well, okay, let me twist it. We continue with this animal stories for some reason. I have one more that I can think of. Okay. One more. This actually just happened.
And then we can segue into my character that's based all around animals.
Yeah. Well, we have to end on the giving of life, right?
Yes, please.
So I was at a Food Lion the other day, and I'm waiting in line.
Oh, where all the animals go to hang out.
Yeah, you get where I'm going. It's Food Lion.
Yeah.
That's where this is going. So I'm waiting in line. I'm doing like the self-checkout because all the people were holding up the big giant lines, and I wanted people interaction. So like whatever. So I go into the self-checkout line, and I'm scanning my 2 things that I have. As I finish scanning them, little coupon pops out. I'm like, oh.
Ooh.
Which, first of all, $5 coupon on the spot. It was a pretty big deal.
That is pretty big.
I felt accomplished. So I try to scan the coupon. It doesn't work. Right?
Beans, dude.
Well, shoot. So obviously, I'm going to get some help here. So I call down the assistant lady. The assistant lady walks on over. And she's like, "Oh, we'll get the coupon." So she starts, trying to get it working. And she's working with the manager across the store. They're kind of like yelling at each other. And out of nowhere, I look to my left. This is all totally relevant to the story. I'm just setting up the environment, right? So as I'm standing at this register, I look to my left. And there's another customer service cashier person off to the side just standing there. And she goes, "I see it," out loud. And I'm thinking, what does she see? Does she see my coupon?
I was going to say the coupon.
It must be the coupon. It was a really good coupon. And so I look down on the ground, and there's one of those little, really fast lizards that we have in the South. I don't know what they're called, but they just dart from place to place.
I know which one you're talking about.
Small and green, or sometimes they're blue. And so I see him, and I'm going, "There's no way they're going to catch this. Like, what are they going to? This thing is unbelievably fast." And within 2 seconds, I have never seen a Food Lion employee so dedicated in my life. This woman dove for this thing. She, no joke, dove for this lizard on the ground like 2-3 feet away. Right? Lands on her stomach and scoops it with one hand. To which case, I yell across the way. I know, it was so weird. I was like, "Please don't squeeze it, please." But she caught it, and I saw it moving around in her hand, like from a distance, just like head was kind of wiggling around. She took it outside and saved it. It was crazy.
That's actually
crazy,
insane.
Isn't it? There's no way I would ever catch one of those things.
And
They're
that
so
makes
fast.
up for Jens Eric's mistake.
And we're back to our animal
Equilibrium.
balance. Equilibrium, boys.
Homeostasis.
We beat the algorithm, boys. We beat it. We
no,
got it.
That's gonna have to come up every time. I've heard that word so much, especially with working with social media a lot, like I am nowadays. I hear algorithm all the time. Okay, so welcome to this episode of Table Talk Friday. This is another Zachless episode, but this is our D&D advice show. My name is Seth Pittman, and I'm joined by my very good friend, one of my best friends, Andrew Romano.
Feeling pretty good, boys. I'm feeling pretty good. Living my life on this gloomy day, talking about saving animals and taking lives, playing God basically in this
animals
world.
and taking lives. That's a good episode title.
You think so?
Yeah, no, not for this one. This is going to be a chaotic episode, boys, because Drew and I came in here without an exact plan, although I do have some topics I would like to bring up. My one big topic I want to talk about is the characters for these upcoming one-offs we're going to be playing. So we've got a huge story arc going on in our campaign, but our buddy, Firefighter Eric, surprised us this past week and showed up to our session in person. Normally he calls in through Facebook Messenger, and we have him on a separate screen. I know what you're all thinking. Why don't you use Discord? Why don't you use Discord? Because we've had our group chats in Facebook Messenger since we were in college, and we have not changed.
It's our youth.
Yeah, it's our youth. So he showed up, and today he has decided to do a bonus session for us this week, and we're going to be playing in a one-off designed by him. But my character, Muse.
I think before we jump into Muse, we need to take one step back here. We need to be very clear. This man did not just show up for any session. He showed up for the best session 69 of our campaign.
Yes, it was session 69.
It was legit. We all got together. We got some pizza, and for the first time in so many months, I want to say almost a year, maybe, we were all together at the same table playing with all minis. No one was digital. It was insane, boys. Pretty legit.
And I think that was one of the best sessions of the campaign.
You think so?
Like, I had so much fun. I don't know about you.
It was pretty legit. Honestly, I liked just having Sean there.
Yeah, but the thing I liked is the session had solid combat. It had solid story build up the entire time. You guys made great decisions as your characters. Like, as a session of D&D, even without Sean being there, I still think it was just an amazing session of D&D. Like, one of the most balanced sessions.
Now, I just want to. You say balance and we make good choices. There's 3 of us currently unconscious.
That wasn't your choice, though. You just rolled a bad roll, and like this is setting us up for the next session.
Are you saying you railroaded us, Seth, into this decision for us to have 0 hit points?
No, I'm not saying I railroaded you. I'm just saying there was an obstacle in your path, and you guys said, "Let's walk up to it."
But we're okay. We're doing good. But anyway, we could jump into Muse now. But it was a very surprising encounter. It was very cool to have our buddy here. And also, we definitely thought we were going to get murdered when he arrived, because all we saw was his face through the window. And we're like, who is this person waiting at our door at nighttime right now?
Yeah, it was weird. It was definitely weird, but it was well worth the weirdness. So, what I would like to start off with is I want to talk about my one-off characters, because it's been a while since we just talked about building characters and stuff, and it would be fun, one, to walk you through some of the things I've decided for this upcoming one-off tonight, but then also, now that we're in the holiday season, we have our annual Christmas one-off coming up here soon. Whoop. And I have decided on a very fun and wacky character, and you, as the DM of the Christmas one-off, I would like to run some things past you. Hopefully, we can talk a little bit about the magic item I have in mind, and then spitball some ideas back and forth, because I have a couple of different options, and I just need your DM input about it.
Okay.
So
let's see what you got.
When it comes to Abel, my Pact of the Animal Lords from the Tome of Heroes, sold by Kobold Press. He is so much fun and a character that I'm a big fan of. Animal Lords is basically, first of all, Muse is a Shatterkai, which is a elf who derives from the Shadowfell. So, given that, he's got some really cool abilities himself. He can bonus action Misty Step 3 times a day, but also after the Misty Step, until his next turn, he has resistant to all damage. So, that's amazing.
So these guys are pretty legit, and they're in the new Monsters of the Multiverse book, right?
Yeah, Shatterkai are in there. Now, don't get me wrong. All of this is great. It took me 6 or 7 books to put this character together. I have a pile of books sitting by the chair next to you, or in these books, including the ones on top of the table. This is everything it took to build Muse, because I have spells and Eldritch Invocations, and his giant mouse companion, Abel, is a giant space hamster, except, derived to be a mouse from Spelljammer. So I have to have a Spelljammer book at all times for me as well. So I've got all of this stuff just to make this one character work, and it is so much fun. I have never played a straight up warlock. This is a 7th level warlock, Shatter Kai. And with the Path of the Animal Lord stuff, he's very naturalistic, very primal. And he worships a god known as the Mouse King. That's all he knows him as. And he's a Shatter Kai that is in service to the Mouse King from his pocket dimension in the Shadowfell. And he just has to go out and do the Mouse King's bidding, which is most of the time watching over the earth, trying to find followers, and basically just being a mercenary hero or like a sellsword. So he and Abel are a duo of heroes.
I always love to see a duo whenever someone brings in like a beast companion, or even if it's just a side pet that they don't use as far as the mechanics. Yeah. It's always nice to see people function synergistically with their companion, just to bring more people to the table, you know?
Right. And the way that Abel works is really nice. The whole Animal Lords thing, he can do all of the things your companions can do as a bonus action, but I'm also Pact of the Chain, which allows me to have a link with my companion as a familiar. So Abel has his own personality. I can speak to him as if we're speaking to each other. My patron, the Mouse King, also inhabits him, through him. If Abel dies, Muse is not very attached to Abel, because if Abel dies, I get a new one within 24 hours.
Oh, is that why we went through 4 of them in the first session?
We didn't.
We went through 2 or 3.
Well, they didn't die.
I mean, you did swipe them out of existence with your sword.
Well, yeah, but that wasn't them dying. That's me. As a familiar, they can go into my pocket dimension and out, so I swiped them in and out of existence.
Just be careful, Seth. We just talked about this whole animal thing. I'm just saying you're walking the tightrope here.
My patron sends me a new one within 24 hours, but if I do it too many times, my patron should get mad because they're tired of sending companions that I keep killing. Yeah, it says that in there. It's like, hey, if you do this too many times, your patron may get upset with you.
Is there a rule? Like, if you do this 6 times in one day,
no, it's just like based on who the patron is, basically. So, Abel being how he is, my whole goal with Muse is like he's a spellcasting warlock. I want him to be able to kind of like get spells off for a lot of damage and like run away basically all the time. Use his bonus action to disengage, like to teleport away from people who get resistance to damage. And Abel, 22 hit point space hamster, is the one who has to take all the hits. So I've derived a combo today now that we've leveled up to level 7, which I think is pretty powerful. The Pact of the Animal Lords with the Eldritch Invocation that lets me cast Polymorph. So what I can do with Abel is I can be like, all right, Abel, go ahead. And then kick him out there, make Abel do all the attacking, change him into like a giant buff mouse, and then have him go ham on all of the enemies while I run away, buff Abel, use my reaction to give him resistance to damage and stuff, use my bonus action to teleport around and get resistance myself. And another feature that's so cool about one of the Pact of the Chain features, I believe, is if you're within 100 feet of your companion, who is your like familiar, you also get maxed on any healing to you. So if I take damage and someone heals me, I just get max.
Wait, what's the range on that?
If I'm within 100 feet of Abel.
That's insane.
Yeah, and that's not even in a Tome of Heroes thing. It's either Xanathar's or Tasha's feature.
Holy crap!
For Pact of the Chain, yeah.
That's even like just a low level Cure Wounds at that point is awesome in combat.
Yeah, then like if they've got a +5, you cast a level 1 Cure Wounds, 13 hit points automatically.
Dang.
Yeah,
okay.
It's an amazing feature. So yeah, I'm a very survivable warlock who uses their companion to just mess things up.
Does it, do you know if it transitions over to your companion? Because that would be sick if he was just this hunk of meat walking around.
I don't believe it does. I think it's just for me. But it's amazing because I can polymorph him, give him resistance to damage, like whenever things happen, and have him just going ham on all the enemies.
Okay, I think this is pretty synergistic. It's going to work.
I can also conjure animals if I want.
That's right. We had discussed this. Just to be clear, everybody, we're talking about this. It's a series of one-offs we're calling the 6-off for Sean. This is not the Christmas one-off. This is a separate thing. We've already done session 1, and we're going into session 2 today,
yes.
Right? Okay. So I cannot wait till your character and my character together conjure animals, summoning 16 wolves onto the battlefield.
No, you'll have 8 wolves. I will have 8 giant mice. Oh. It's a CR 1/4 beast. I can conjure 8 of those. So I can have 8 giant mice on the battlefield. The 22 hit point monsters. Oh yeah, I also didn't mention Abel's hits are magical.
Oh, so that's pretty legit.
He gets
That's
past
legit.
resistances to like and immunities to non-magical things. His hits are magical, so I polymorph him into this big thing. He's doing magical stuff.
Fun question, right? So if you polymorph, right? Polymorph is magic, obviously.
Yeah.
So let's say Abel's attacks weren't magical, and you polymorph him. Do you think that would count as magic resistance?
Oh, no, it wouldn't count as a magical attack.
I think I would say no, but I guess it could be arguable because you're using a spell to do it, but he's really just
but you're just
ape.
shape-shifting them. Like, would you say because there's druidic magic involved with a wild shape, they have magic attacks?
Yeah, I guess you're right. I think they do get that at a certain level.
They do, I believe. Or maybe it's just a circle of the moon, but I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
So, in general, I think that it's amazing. The whole Animal Lords combo that I've come up with. It's going to be very fun, and I think Muse is a great character. So, very excited for what we're going to see tonight.
Now, I am excited to combo a little bit with you, and I don't know what kind of animals you've seen in your travels, but last session, Sean has been going excessive with giving us magic items this series of one-offs so far. We already have some crazy powerful things, including a blade that basically self-destructs when you swing it. But more importantly, he gave me a book. I can't remember what it was called for the life of me, but it's basically a wizard's spell book, but for druids. Right?
Yes.
So what I can do is I can use this book, and the same way a wizard would copy a spell using 2 hours and I think it's 50 gold pieces worth of chalk and paper, I can copy down other creatures that I see, and they don't have to be beasts. So as long as the CR falls within the limitations of my druid level, I can wild shape into these things that I copy down.
That's cool.
It's legit. So I'm hyped. I could just, I guess, transform into Abel. And there could be 2 Abels on the battlefield.
And then I summon 8 Abels, and you summon 8 Abels, and we have that would be 17 mice running around.
We could be the Mighty Mice. That'll be our team.
Oh,
our team
we'll
name.
serve the Mouse King, man. I'll indoctrinate you to the Mouse King.
Now I have to ask the question: the Mouse King sounds adorable? it's like Goofy. Okay. Is he evil? Is he good? How is he aligned?
I don't
exactly?
know. I think he's more. I think he's more neutral. I think he just wants his influence to be spread.
Okay. I was thinking almost more of a mischievous deity kind of vibe.
Yeah, like a chaotic neutral, you know?
Chaotic. Okay, I'm into that.
Yeah, like a chaotic neutral.
I like that it's just... he just employs the everlasting quest for cheese. You always are just looking for cheese to offer to the Mouse King.
Do you think he sounds like Mickey Mouse?
He definitely sounds like Mickey Mouse. Okay, we have to make this canon so they sounds like Mickey Mouse, so we could force Sean, the DM, to do Mickey Mouse.
We should do a Mouse King one-off based on the Three Mouseketeers movie.
Oh my god, that would be good. That would be pretty solid. I would just play a Three Musketeer bar though. I don't know how I would do it. I would flavor it my character so he would.
You have to have a fighter, a bard, and something else. But I also have another character I wanted to bring up and talk about, and that is Slushy, the Frost Paladin, the Snow Paladin, the Fire Paladin. I don't know what we want to call him. I'm trying to come up with a good name, but this is my character. 12th level is where we're starting, right?
Mm-hmm. That is true.
So 12th level is what we're doing for the Christmas one-off this year, and Slushy is a Oath of the Hearth, which is also a Tome of Heroes. Not a very strong subclass, but it is a subclass that I've been interested in using because it's fire-based. And 4th level Hexblade Warlock.
Oh my gosh.
The way this is going to work for him is the way I'm thinking of Slushy and why I just, I relate to him so much is I'm thinking he's going to be very robotic. He's almost like a Christmas sentry that runs on Christmas cheer. And he is a toy snowman who wields a magical flail or whip. I can't decide if it's going to be a flail or a whip. And then has a shield, and is just made. He's an auto gnome, so completely made out of plastic and like whatever like toy materials that Santa has available. And he is the perfect like Christmas sentry. And so he has a pact with Santa. And the powers that Santa granted him, but he also has paladin magic granted to him by Santa. Now, we recently had, in the last Christmas one-off, a changeover in Santa power, and the person who's running, the North Pole. Mm-hmm, So, I'm thinking whenever all of this started going down, in the time between Santa living and Santa dying, Slushy was activated and meant to defend the city in some way as a sentry. I don't know exactly what's going on in the story yet, but Slushy has been activated. So
okay, I'm digging this.
Yeah, so I run on the power of Christmas cheer, and I don't know what to think of. I fight with like the flames of. He's obsessed with fire. Like his whole MO is fighting with fire.
Just the idea of a pyro snowman. First of all, it gives me slightly Olaf vibes, wanting to be in the summer sun a lot. But I don't know how that would work. Are you going to be melting the whole time?
No, he's toys. He's a toy snowman.
Oh, he's a toy snowman.
Yes,
fake
exactly.
Snowman. Okay,
So he looks like a snowman. I'm thinking either a flail or a whip for him. Now, my flail idea is that it's a flail with a snowflake Christmas ornament on the end, and then and it has a second chain of a flail that also has like a sun, like thing on the like a pointy sun on the end. So you swing it around, and when you swing it, it does either like a fire or ice effect or something like that. But I also was thinking I could have a whip that's a licorice whip, and it's like either a light bluish and fiery like licorice that intertwine together. So like an icy and fire licorice whip that does something.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, so I was thinking that, or some really sick like paladin like ice armor, or there's just all these ideas I have, and I haven't gotten to flesh them out very much. Hexblade Warlock, I already have insane stats. Like, I'm going to have 20 charisma no matter what happens. And then also, I could also have 20 strength. I have 3 feats to pick that I have not picked yet.
You haven't picked them yet? You still have 20?
Yeah, so I rolled 2 18s whenever I rolled stats.
Okay.
Everything else is moderate. So I did increase my constitution by 1, so I'm at 17 con. I'm at 14 dex, which is just average. My intelligence is my dump stat because I'm just a robot, basically. So I can only think through like the code that I was designed with. And then I have 11 wisdom. So I have 20 charisma, though, and 18 strength. And I don't know what magic items you're thinking about letting us like pick and choose from, but I was either thinking of one that I could use to buff my charisma above 20 or buff my strength above 20. Because, there's things like gauntlets of ogre power. Recently I watched a campaign where the paladin had 29 strength because he had they let him pick a very rare item or like a legendary item, I believe, and he picked gauntlets of the storm giant.
Is that 29?
Yeah, 29 strength. So,
oh my god, can you imagine 29 strength snowman?
Yeah, so I was thinking it's either something like that to go with, or finding something that like buffs my charisma up a little bit more, because as a hexblade, I can just have all my attacks go through charisma anyways. So I'm really thinking hard right now, okay, what kind of magic items can I go with? How can I design a really cool weapon? Because I can't have just a weapon that deals fire damage, because Oath of the Hearth, I can already replace my divine smites with, instead of radiant, I can do fire.
Okay.
And Oath of the Hearth grants a lot of... I felt like we would probably end up running into, like, cold-ish creatures, especially being from the North Pole. Slushy might have been used in the past only to defend the North Pole from, like, ancient cold creatures and stuff. So, his whole thing is, like, granting resistance to cold damage, or we get extra. My aura gives us advantage on saving throws against any kind of magic that involves cold.
Oh, see, I'm not gonna spoil anything with that. That might be helpful.
So I figured that, and it made sense for him, like story-wise, to be like, yes, he defends the North Pole. He fights with fire because the North Pole is in a cold place, and he defends well against cold because that's typically what would be attacking here.
Okay, I dig that. So, one really cool thing I'm thinking, you were talking about this flail, right? And having it maybe like a double flail,
yes,
if you will. I don't know if you've seen the really old like claymation Christmas movies or not, but I really want you to have this double flail called the Miser, and you can choose either heat or ice. I don't know. I guess there's so many things you could do with it. I like the idea that maybe you roll for it, or you select which mode it's in, right? Kind of like a fire shield, ice shield.
Yeah.
Or maybe you have like resistance to ice and then deal fire damage, or vice versa, or something like that.
Or
that would be pretty neat.
Since I already get an extra attack, what if one of the attacks is one of them hitting and one of them's the other one hitting? So two things happen, and maybe if both of them hit on the same turn, an effect goes off.
Fire and ice.
Yeah, like maybe if you hit with This is a good idea. What if I had to roll for which one hits first, right? When I swing it, whether the ice or the fire hits first. And if the fire hits first, maybe there's like a scalding effect when the cold hits. Or if the ice hits first, it's like there's like some sort of like melting or like some sort of effect that goes on when those two effects intertwine. But if it both misses, then nothing really happens.
That's pretty. I like the risk reward on that.
Yeah, so
if you land them both.
I don't know how we can flavor that in a really fun way. Because I'd almost rather have. I don't really want to be like a necessarily like a nuke. I want to be a good like defender almost.
The opposite of last year.
Yeah, last year I was a glass cannon. This year, I would like to have like the paladin. Like I can already divine smite for a ton. I have the most insane spell list because multi-classing. Since I have the +5 in charisma. As a paladin, I get half my paladin levels and +5 charisma. I have 9 paladin spells, and I'm only level 8.
Dang.
So, and then I also get 4 spells that are granted to me through my my oath. So I have Burning Hands, Sanctuary, Searing Smite, Cure Wounds, Shield of Faith, Command, Compelled Duel, Calm Emotions, Flame Blade, Aid, Lesser Restoration, and Zone of Truth. And I have 7 spell slots to use between those. And then let me get onto my Warlock spells because I have 5 Warlock spells and 2 Warlock spell slots. Hellish Rebuke, Armor of Agathis, Misty Step, Mirror Image, and Hold Person. So I am a caster paladin. I have 9 spells to go through.
Ooh.
Yeah.
First of all, there's a whole lot of flavor we can go into with this, right?
And that's what I was thinking because if I had... Again, I don't know how much customizing we're doing with our armor, whether I should just be like a whole toy, like sort of how I had my super suit last year, almost having like a full like armor set, like that includes my flail that does something, like because Armor of Agathis is really cool. I don't know if you know what it does.
Oh yeah,
but it gives
Armor
you
of
5
Agathis is
temporary hit points, and as they hit you, it does cold damage back to them, which is very interesting. You
can upcast it too.
Yes, and you can upcast it. So I can only cast it as a warlock at my 2nd level spells because I only have 2nd level spells. I don't have 3rd level spells yet, thanks to this.
Okay.
Which I think I might be able to with Warlock, but I think because of the spot that I'm in with both of them, I can't actually cast 3rd level spells or something.
It always gets complicated when you have Warlock in the mix.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not going to worry too much about it. I'm okay with the spells I have.
Okay. So we have some real stuff to work with here. Now, you mentioned you were a toy snowman, right?
Yes.
And I like the idea that you're Slushy the Snowman, right? Have you thought about being a slushy machine with like a snowman head?
Oh,
you could make that work.
I could make that work.
There's a lot of ways. So now, okay. We even take it a step further for flavor, right? You have this cheer meter, right? Because you run off cheer, kind of like in the end of what was it, Elf, where the sleigh starts going down and they have to sing.
Yeah, the power of Christmas cheer is what like where my magic comes from.
What if instead of doing the miser, right? What if your item was something given to you by this warlock, right? Because you're devoted to Santa Claus, right? And protecting the North Pole. Right? So what if you had this like temptation thing, this warlock thing going on, right? And so every time you used its ability, your cheer meter went down, right? Ooh. And you could only do it so many times before like your slushies would melt, or you as a snow would turn into a real snowman and start melting.
Are you thinking like on the terms of like meta magic where I have like cheer points for something?
Ooh, that could be cool. I kind of like that. Almost like like a certain amount of points maybe, and you can expend those points to do certain things.
Yeah, I feel like you would have to do something that messes with my spells like meta magic. At the same time, I have 3 feats to choose. Like I just have no clue where to go with all of that. Like I have so much to choose where it's like thinking about it, I was like, well, I have to go through all the feats and find ones that work with this because I went with the Hexblade Paladin because you can add so much damage and there's just so much that can go along with it. And then I also have 2 invocations I have to choose, but they have to be the lower level invocations.
Invocations scare me. There's so many of them on those pages.
They're
I've never played a warlock
though.
before. I know that I've glanced through them very briefly, and there's a lot of them that are very good. Right? They look right off the bat, look very good. They have high prerequisites. You have like 7th level, 8th level, whatever. But they do look really cool. I really want to try them one day, even if it's just the whichever feat that gives you an invocation. I can't remember which one it is. Something, I don't know, Deep Eldritch, something, blah, blah, blah. But I do really want to try them.
Oh, I'm not taking Eldritch Blast, by the way.
As a warlock?
Yeah, I'm not going to do it. Well, I mean, I guess I could. I have a slot open for cantrips because I get 2 cantrips. I'm doing Minor Illusion for one. I want to have like an R2D2 projector on me that does Minor Illusion. So that way I can show as I'm like the sentry, the robotic sentry. So like I want to have like the projector that's like, oh, like who someone asked me like who did this or like what's going on, and I can show them.
You break it down, undo time, kind of like a tracer sort of thing, analyzing the scene. Makes you think very cyberpunk for some reason.
Yeah, I like show what's going on. I analyze the scene.
Okay,
very investigative, even though I have a 7 intelligence.
So you're a really dumb investigator.
Maybe I'm just wise. I'm very good at like perceiving things and like breaking down the situation, but I don't really know what it means.
I kind of want you mentioned how high your stats are. I kind of want you just to be this hunky sentinel snowman that's designed to protect Santa. So you just have like max out charisma, constitution, and strength all the way across the board, and your intelligence just...
Well, that's why I thought about having the tough feat as well. I thought about having the tough feat. I'm thinking about taking sentinel as well to keep people within range of me. You're
gonna be a powerhouse snowman.
Yeah, I'm thinking about taking sentinel to keep people within range of me.
Okay.
And so there's a whole lot to break down, to go into when it comes to Slushy. I'm super hyped to play him. It's just the magic item part that's like getting me right now, and the feats, because I could take the fighter feat and do the new fighting style. I could take an artificer feat and get more spells. I could take like there's a million things I can do. I could get another invocation. I can get meta magic. Mm-hmm. So
are you focusing more magic then, or do you want to do some melee? Because it sounds like you have a high strength already.
Yeah, well, I do have a high strength, but my attacks go off my charisma anyways because of my Hexblade.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So I guess the strength doesn't even matter then.
The strength doesn't really matter. So I was thinking I was gonna see if I could get like a like some gauntlets that put me at like 23 or 25 strength, right? Mm-hmm. That's what I was hoping I could do. And then when I got when I chose to go Hexblade, I was like, well, no, I don't need that. I have 20 charisma. Like, if my charisma can go up, then my DC goes up and my attacks go up. So that would be nice.
Just going off strength alone, if you're gonna take a magic item that gives you strength, please, it's a Christmas one-off, please take a glove of Hulk strength. And it's just a Hulk glove that you get for Christmas.
Oh my gosh!
you turn green. Maybe you're the slushy machine and you start making green slushies.
No, it's soccer boppers.
I love that.
Oh my god! What if I did have soccer bopper hands or something? And when I hit people, there's a chance they fly 10 feet back or something, and they fly 10 feet back prone if they have to make like saves against my charisma.
You could even make it icy. Maybe they freeze. Maybe there's a chance they're frozen solid, like a. Makes me think like in Pokemon when Ice Beam goes off and someone gets frozen, does the little icy effect?
Or like when I hit, I can expend a charge to Thunderous Smite, like hit them farther back.
Okay, I know that.
I definitely like the extra smite stuff. At the same time, I feel like my paladins are already such nukes. I don't want to be the one guy that was like, yeah, let me make myself an ability that does more smite damage. So that way it's like, oh, I do my 2d8, then I cast I do 5 more of fire damage, and then also my hit with my weapon, and also my improved divine smite. Mm-hmm. I'm not the power gamer type. I just like I want it to be really fun.
Yeah, no, for sure. And honestly, I like the idea of not doing the divine smite build like a lot of people do, because it's very strong, and I don't blame them for doing it. But
I kind of have to, because with Hexblade, on a 19 or 20, I crit.
Oh crap.
Yeah,
okay.
I was going to go do Champion Fighter, and then I saw that was a Hexblade ability, and I was like, oh, I get invocations too? Okay.
Remember you said that, Seth. Just remember you said that.
What?
I want you mentioned you crit on a 19 or 20. I just want you to remember that.
Yeah, I crit on a 19 or 20. Also, the way that I plan on getting closer to enemies is with my Misty Step, my bonus action. So that, because I'm gonna have to be based in melee. Like I'm not gonna. That's why I'm not taking Eldritch Blast. I'm not planning to, because I need to be melee. So I have Misty Step to get to creatures. Like if I need to get up in the air, like someone get me up there, I'm going.
Okay, I love the idea. If we're talking magic items here, though, because you were talking about teleporting around. If you're going for mobility in any way, shape, or form, I love the idea, even if it's not that strong, just as a comedic relief. I love the idea that as a snowman, you Misty Step, right? And you're just kind of there. But as you appear on the other side, you leave like this trail of ice, like black ice or something, and people could slip on it and hurt themselves, or maybe it explodes in some way, like at a small radius, hurting everyone.
You got me, because what I want to do now is, have you ever seen gameplay for the Nintendo game Splatoon?
Yes, I have seen that.
So you know how they kind of like dive into the ground in the ink and like swim in it and then pop up?
Yeah.
What if he like dives into the ground and then appears behind enemies as like through ice on the ground.
That's actually really terrifying.
That's terrifying, right? All of a sudden, this toy robot appears behind you, ready to whack the hell out of you.
That's the equivalent of like being on a frozen lake, but there's a shark underneath, and you can see it swimming around as it just pops up and bites you.
Ooh, I could go with the whip instead of the flail, and what I can do is have what I was hoping for the whip was that it would restrain things, so that way I can like send it towards someone, go for the attack roll, get the huge smite damage off, restrain them, and then like pull them in, and then like get some attacks off some other way. Like what I was thinking was, once I've captured my enemy, drop the shield, pull out like a club, and start whacking them as they come in.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I caught who I'm trying to hit, dropping the shield for -2 AC, pick up the club, and then just start hitting them over the head with it.
I dig the idea of anybody using a club ever. Right? It's so funny. It's comedic, and no one uses them because they're just suboptimal. But if you made that maybe your magic item, if you had some sort of like a seal club or something, you can make that work.
It's it's like a black club with naughty written across it.
Makes me think of those pictures on the internet of like naughty Santa where it's just got naughty like tatted up the side of his arm and he's all swole and ripped. That's pretty sick. Okay.
My magic item could be naughty and nice, and the nice is me capturing. The naughty is like me hitting.
It does extra damage if you have them restrained.
Yeah.
And the whip restrains them.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick,
That's
actually.
pretty sick.
The idea of the whip kind of like pulling you in towards someone makes me think very Meat Hook, Doom, Eternal kind of a vibe, which is another cool idea. You could do ice damage as you're pulled towards them. That would be pretty sick. Maybe as they're frozen, you do extra damage, or I guess in the Doom game, you get extra armor if they're on fire. So maybe if you hit them, you get like extra AC or like extra hit points or something.
Yeah, see, my character is really good at fighting cold creatures, even though like I didn't necessarily plan on that. I just wanted the fire theme because Oath of the Hearth is very Christmassy.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I was oh, this is great. So he's very good at fighting cold creatures, even though like I didn't even know if we were going to be fighting cold creatures or not. I just assumed that. I mean, we're at a Christmas one-off, so there's probably going to be some cold creatures there.
I will give one spoiler. It is the Christmas one-off. There will be cold damage involved.
Cool. So it'll be very useful. My aura, though, because of my level, is only 10 feet. It's not 30 feet.
But that's a 10-foot aura.
And then
man.
also my charisma, my +5 to saving throws for everybody.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so everybody within 10 feet of me gets +5 on saving throws, and I always get it too.
I think that's the strongest thing paladins get, period, man.
Their aura, yeah.
It's insane.
And it goes out to 30 feet at later levels.
Think about it. Every time you fight something gigantic in D&D, anything high level, high level encounters, they always have crazy saves. There's always crazy saves that are like 20, 21, 22, especially if you get into like dragons and high CR
+5's helpful, especially if you're proficient.
Oh, no, for sure. I gotta say, I'm stoked. Now, I've only heard about your character, Patrick's character, and a little bit from Zach's character. So we still have a lot more on the horizons for this. And guys, I haven't even given the description yet.
I know. I was thinking about that earlier today. I was like building the character, and I was like, I don't even know what's happening yet.
I've rewritten the description 3 times. I have some written down right now. It actually is, and I've been working on it day in, day out, thinking about it from my car ride to work and back. I've been playing nothing but Christmas music in my car, boys. You don't understand.
Man, I got to start doing that.
I'm getting into the vibe. It's gonna be wonderful.
Good.
To give just a little bit of insight, just a little tad bit, because I have sent the description out. It will be either the day after Christmas or a few days. Pardon me, guys. Or a few days after Christmas. And keep in mind, last year, the North Pole fell as Santa was slain. And like in the Santa Claus movies, there is a new Santa Claus now. So you guys will have to, one way or another, save Christmas here. And I am calling it confirmed. It is the Nightmare After Christmas.
Oh, that's so cool.
So it's going to be pretty legit. I'm very stoked. We're playing in just a couple weeks. I really got to get my stuff together.
We got to build this out and like put it on Patreon or something, because I feel like it's such a good thing to put out there for people to see, because you do a good job of like designing something that is meant for like a one-time thing.
The problem is we never finish it because there's too much. I always put too much content. Anyone out there that makes one-offs or campaigns and they don't get through it all the way, guys, I feel you. It's rough, man. You got to tell a whole story in so many hours. It's hard.
We do have to talk about dates, though, because I will be out of town 14th to the 19th. And our original date was the 18th.
But Seth, no.
I know.
You can't.
We can't be remote because we have to do it here. So we have to figure out the date sometime in December. Might be a week earlier, might be the day before Christmas. It has to be before the 25th. I mean, that's all I know.
If I will say,
Christmas Eve one-off.
Okay, that would be insane. If we can actually play on Christmas Eve, I would love that. But I will say, if we play after Christmas Day, there may be repercussions in the one-off. Perhaps Christmas has already passed. Perhaps there's more consequences.
Christmas hasn't happened yet.
Maybe Christmas was missed.
That's what I'm saying.
Christmas
they missed
was
Christmas.
missed, and you guys have to find Christmas.
What? That would be crazy.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. I just got some new inspiration, boys.
Yeah,
this is going to be good.
I'm super excited for this. If you guys don't know about like the last the Christmas one-off we did, there's a story time out there about us killing Santa. But we quite literally murdered Santa, and now we're doing the sequel to it, The Nightmare After Christmas, and it's so cool. Last year was also the meme of the Jacks, which I really loved that we were all named Jack.
It was Jack Lumber,
Jack of Lantern,
Red Cap Jack.
Yeah, Red Cap Jack.
I don't remember. Was that might have been it? But it was. I gotta say, as a DM, for anyone that's ever DM'd out there, 4 people with the same name at the table was ridiculous. Yeah, it was like, Jack, please do this. But Jack and Jack, I need you to make a save. Which Jack? And I was just pointing around the table to make sure we had the right one. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna go with like more of a robotic character.
Okay.
Yeah, what if Slushy was like a bunch of numbers and letters? Like
what do you mean?
Like it was 5LUS or 5LU 5H1. And that's Slushy.
It's just a calculator turned upside down, like boobies across the front. I think that's where you need to focus first. You got to focus on what you actually want to be. Do you want to be a real snowman, a toy snowman, or a slushy machine?
Oh no, he is a toy snowman, probably with a battery pack underneath his hat.
Battery. What if your magic item was the hat, like the hat of
Frosty?
Yeah, Frosty's hat.
It could be,
because you were talking about getting ready. It could help you fly. It could help you teleport a little bit. Give you cold resistance. That would be pretty neat.
I think I already have cold resistance thanks to my Oath of the Hearth.
Yeah. I would say, honestly, if you just flavored your own snowman, I assume snowman would have resistance to cold damage.
Yeah.
Which, I don't... Again, for anyone that hasn't seen it from for last year, Sean did create his own race, which was a red pine. A red pine tree, boys. A Christmas tree. And he did not... Every year... this is only the second year, but every year I say, guys, you could play anything you want. Just reflavor the race, right? You could be a dragonborn, but you can reflavor it to a snowman or a polar bear or a tree. Whatever you want to be, you can be it, just reflavor it. No. Sean came up with his own Christmas tree race. And you know how some wolves have like pack tactics? Or some people, I think like kobolds, they have their own version of it. He had plant tactics, where if anyone was within so many feet of him, he had advantage because he too was a plant. It gets real goofy. I feel stuck. Seth. I need to just splurge all of this information onto a Word document and just wing it, I think. Because there's so much information at this point.
It's going to be so much fun. I don't get to play very often, but like at this last part of the year, I've gotten to play a good bit, which has been fun because I never get to be a character.
No, that is true. I always like seeing you at the table. It does feel a little strange to me sometimes.
Yeah, it feels weird to me too.
Very similar to the first time in 20, 30, 40 sessions the other day when I had Sean sitting next to me. I was kind of just the whole time like,
right?
Why is Sean here?
The weird thing for me, it felt completely normal. Maybe it's because I lived with him for 2 years, but like it was so normal to just have him sitting there. Like it didn't feel weird to me at all.
But you know what? Maybe it was weird for me because Sean had the audacity, the balls to sit in my seat.
He did.
My seat at the D&D table. I'm assuming most people out there have their designated seat, their designated spot. It helps them get into character, helps you get into your flow for the day. This man sat in my seat. I couldn't play my character right.
I noticed. Yeah, you were really off.
My hit points were lower. I had less spell slots. Everything was going downhill, boys. It was not working well.
The spot we left off at the other day, whew. You guys went through all that stuff, skipped a ton of story. Like, I mean, it's fine with me. Like, I'm okay with you guys skipping through side quests. When I wrote the session, I did intend for you to go to the Hammock of Worlds. I didn't intend for you to find a way around it. Then you guys started like logic in it and talking, and I was like, oh, I mean, it makes sense that they could do that. Like, I was like, okay, yeah, if he was to see this vision, it makes sense that he could plane shift there because you have a reference point.
Yeah, I gotta say, I've only plane shifted twice, for good reason. It's an extremely high level spell. but both times was an extreme shortcut. I mean, we had to get somewhere so far away it was going to take us sessions to get there, and I just kind of entered a cheat code really quick.
I intended to end the session when you guys got to the beholder fight, but we still had so much time left. Like, we had an hour left, and I was like, oh, well, we can finish this beholder fight.
I'm surprised we even fought it. It was getting pretty late when we approached it, and I know Sean was getting kind of sleepy towards the end.
Yeah, but we had been there for like 3.5 hours, and I was like, no, if Sean's here, we're pushing this. And I was like, let's get through this fight, because I wanted to end off with where I ended off. I was like, okay, this will be our combat for the day. In the beholder fight, I felt like that was, one, the most balanced fight with the beholder we've had, and also, two, just like one of the most fun combats, because it was like one legendary creature versus you guys, even though it was lower CR than your group. But like fighting against it, it felt like it had big stakes, did it not?
Oh, no, absolutely. I felt in danger the entire time.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if I can adjust that to the fact that we were over a literal void in space that we could have just fallen out of and died, or the fact that this was a beholder, which beholders kill everybody. I've been in a number of one-offs at this point where I've died to beholders. I have more losses against beholders than I do wins.
Yeah.
So having it in our main campaign for 69 sessions deep at this point, I was extremely worried. I had died 20, 30 sessions ago, literally to a different beholder. So my character cowered half the time. It dimension doored across the void. It was legit.
I mean, great rolls from me, because all I did was roll like the same 3 rays over and over again.
But you did get the bad one time, I think. Did you get the real bad one?
No.
You didn't get it?
No, I'd never got the really bad one. That was number 5 on the beholders that I kept rolling, and it was like, I think it was like 8d8, like necrotic damage or something like that.
Yeah, but that's not the important part. The important part is if you drop to 0, you die.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get the disintegration one, though, which would have been crazy.
Oh my gosh.
I actually kind of wanted to get you guys crazy close, but then you guys made it out pretty well from the beholder fight, and then right afterwards, you stepped into a room where a creature that I have known about for a long time and didn't really understand why it was a high CR, and then a thing happens, and 3 of you dropped to 0 hit points, and then including Osmond's companion Stein, as like literally all of you just lose all your hit points and drop to the ground.
See, now I'm very curious, Seth, because you just said a creature you've known about for a while. So I'm not sure if you're talking about this weird orb in front of us. I'm not sure if you let something slip there, or if you're talking about the
I didn't let something
giant
slip.
Beast that we are inside right now. I don't know. So I'm a little scared.
I don't know, but I'm very excited because I feel like the next few seconds of your character's lives is very important. And I am just excited to see whether or not you guys actually make it through. And I won't feel bad if someone dies.
Okay. I gotta ask you, as a DM running a scenario where you can get knocked, multiple people, AoE, can get knocked down to 0 hit points, were you prepared or worried that everybody in the party would drop to 0?
No, not in the slightest.
No, you don't think so?
You guys always, like, at the right moments, just roll really high, or, like, at the wrong moments when I need it to be, like, intense, roll really high. Never in my mind did I think, oh, yeah, this could be a TPK right here.
But what if we did? Would
I have
that just be the end of the campaign?
I have a plan.
Yeah. Oh, you do have a plan?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have.
Okay.
I have an idea for quite a while for if you guys got wiped or something.
Okay, so now I'm a little less stressed, but also more stressed because it's hell-based. It's a hell-based campaign. So I feel like if we do die, there's going to be dire consequences. So
It'll be interesting, for sure.
Okay. I'll very worried, very stressed. I'm going to crap on you, but I will give you props. Thank you for the love of God letting us fight that beholder last week. Because the idea of us not fighting it, us stopping right at the beholder fight, knowing I've died to a beholder before, and then just having to wait a whole week to fight this thing, I would have been planning. I would have been dreaming about this fight, preparing myself for this.
I feel like it was good for Pyth, you know? Like,
it definitely
to
was.
know that you guys can take one down pretty easily, and like Oswin too, as you know, he gave his soul after, like, from the beholder fight.
I don't know how that's gonna work. I don't know how that works with the souls. It's gonna be a pain in the butt. Oh, did you like my my one-liner at the end where I said, what was it? It was, let's just go get the sand and go.
Oh yes, so clean.
So just a little bit of insight. The last time we played this, we fought a beholder. My character died because they kept going and needed to collect this sand, basically, right? This Phlegethosian sand.
Yeah. For those who don't know, Phlegethos is a specific layer of hell. And so the sand originating from there was in the Feywild, taken by some like ancient deity or whatever. So they had to go to the Feywild, collect the Phlegethosian sand, and come back. Now, after this, they had gotten the sand. Pyth had already been like on wit's end before, and they had gotten the sand. And I made it clear at the table. I was like, "Hey, this is like you guys have completed the mission, but there is still a hallway down here. Like, you guys can keep going. You can continue on if you would like. Or you can turn tail and, like, go now. Like, up to you." And then they talked about it for a little bit. They decided, no, we're going to check out the dungeon. And so they go in. They find something I called the Fey Holder. It was a slightly nerfed beholder. It had 8 tentacles instead of 10. And instead of canceling out magic like it did with its eye, it actually changed things into wild magic. So I had some different wild magic tables going on depending on what happened, and every time a character went to cast a spell, a different effect would go off instead of nothing happening. So,
which was a pain in the butt, by the way.
And then Pyth got hit by a disintegration ray and died.
That
or no,
so
or
much
was it the one?
damage.
It was just the one that kills you, right? Not the disintegration one. You didn't become like dust, right?
I don't. You know, funny enough, I was so stressed out about dying, I don't remember.
I think you just
died.
I think you just died.
We'll put it this way. It did an insane amount of damage. It had to do a minimum of like 50, 60 damage.
It was like 50-something damage, I think, and it killed you when you hit 0.
To which case, I would think it would be the disintegration ray, because I think disintegration does way more damage.
I think I might have reflavored it to where you just died so that way your body was still there because it was a weaker beholder. Something like that, so you were just lifeless. But Oswin gave up his soul to get Pyth's soul back to a deity or to a fiend. Which was insanely cool. I wanted it to be sort of like a quick revivify almost. So like he didn't use that much magic to make it happen. He had just died, but Osmond didn't have the ability to do it at the time, and so he made a deal with a deity.
Was that the level before he got revived, or did he run out of spells? I don't remember.
I don't remember either, man.
Because that's really cinematic. If you go to revive your friend and you don't have
you
it
just
prepared,
barely don't have enough magic,
just not enough juice to cast it. That would hurt my soul. Oh my! Well, I mean, I don't have a soul anymore.
Well, yeah,
Osmond doesn't have a soul.
Yeah, Osmond doesn't have a soul. So,
gosh,
I mean, good times. I think this was very nice that you guys were able to take it down, especially it being one beholder and it being like there were some stakes there where one of you guys could have fallen in the void.
No, that wouldn't happen. There's no way it couldn't.
There was little chance of it because you guys have so many like flying skills and ways to get around it, but it was exciting nonetheless.
So now I'm a little confused here because we've done some good talking here without Zach, right? We got by. We we don't need it. You're out of the podcast, Zach. If you're listening, you're out of here. But if he's not here, right? How do we take this out? How does this happen?
I think I got an idea. Thank you for listening to Table Talk Friday. This has been Seth Pittman and Andrew Romano by ourselves without Zachary Carvon. But nonetheless, this was a great episode all about, characters we're bringing up in our one-offs coming in the future and us kind of rehashing some things about our most recent sessions. A little less chaotic than our last duo episode, if I do say so myself. If you'd like to hear more Table Talk Friday stuff, you can find us over on TikTok, YouTube at Table Talk Friday, Twitter at Table Talk Friday. We are not paying the $8 subscription to be verified. I will confirm that. We are not doing that. You will not find us at the top. There is no blue check mark, but a lot of influencers got their check marks taken away, so we might be just as valid as them now. Heck yeah.
We're not paying. Take that, Elon.
Yeah. And with that... Oh, yeah, also find us on patreon.com/TableTalkFriday. Please, I can't leave that one out. You can get bonus content, post shows that we're about to record here, and plenty of more stuff if you check out our bevy of benefits over there. And with that, can I have Slushy take me out? Yes, this is Slushy. Or should I call myself 5LU51? Thank you for listening to this episode. Goodbye. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. Does not compute.